Willow and Drew are just too much to handle. Willow really has some nerve, doesn't she? Acting like she's some kind of moral authority over Sasha, when she's the one who nearly destroyed Michael and his family. The difference between Sasha and Willow is simple. Sasha has owned up to her mistakes and shown actual remorse. And unlike Willow, Sasha has stayed loyal to Michael, no matter what. Meanwhile, Willow's just as self-absorbed as her sister. Sasha has endured years of torment, sacrificing her own happiness for Willow and Michael. And this is how Willow repays her? Willow couldn't last a day in Sasha's shoes. At least Sasha can think for herself. Willow, on the other hand, is just Drew's puppet, doing whatever he tells her. I can't wait to see Willow's smug little Snow White face when she finds out the baby's Michael's. I can barely even look at Drew and Willow anymore. Willow's let that man completely change her into this spiteful, hateful person, and Drew? Well, Drew is just evil. I hope he pays the price soon, and I don't even care how. Just get rid of him already. As for Portia, seriously, she needs to tell Curtis the truth, like now. She's just making everything worse by keeping quiet. Also, does anyone know what the heck the issue was between Michael and Willow's marriage before Drew even came into the picture? Michael never did anything wrong to her, and from what I saw, there weren't any major problems in their marriage. So why does she keep saying it was falling apart before Drew showed up? Just before Drew, Michael was literally at death's door, and Willow was still clinging to him. I wish I could be excited about their reunion. But let's be real, it's not going to last. Lulu's going to forget all about Charlotte in a hot second. She'll be all over Brooklyn, demanding to know why she hasn't told Dante yet, and Charlotte will be whining about wanting to go back to Valentin or living with Nina. Classic. And another thing, can someone explain to me why Michael would lose his kids if it comes out that Sasha's pregnant with his child? Willow was the one who was unfaithful first, and she's still carrying on the affair. Does anyone else see the problem here? Finally, sweet moment though, when Lulu and Charlotte reunited. Brennan actually did something right today by arranging that through Anna. Of course, Lulu was being stubborn, coming along with Brennan at Carly's urging, not realizing what was in store. But the moment when Lulu saw Charlotte, and the tears just started flowing, it was beautiful. Mother and daughter finally together. But we all know Charlotte's going to be a handful, so buckle up, Lulu. It's going to be a rough ride. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. Drew, maybe instead of playing the hero in Washington, you should actually do your job and, I don't know, stop running to the hospital to check on Willow. Great job, Sasha, really. Just go ahead and spill the beans. And of course, let's bring in a random new guy for Lucas. Whatever, it's not like we needed a plot twist. Maybe now Lulu will finally start paying attention to Rocco. What a concept. Now, let's talk about today. That guy with Lucas, yeah, not exactly feeling that vibe. Willow, loved her, but now she's just a puppet getting brainwashed. And let's not even get started on Charlotte. I'm seriously worried for her safety. That Brennan guy, total wild card. Jason and Anna better keep an eye on her because I just don't trust him. But hey, we'll see what happens. Drew, seriously, you're all about the drama. You're a congressman now, but somehow the cutthroat behavior never left. Maybe it's time for you to get out of Port Charles for good, because how about you tell Willow the truth? You slept with her mother. Yeah, real stand-up guy, breaking up her marriage with your own nephew. Classy. And Lulu, well, the character used to be rebellious, just all up in everyone's business. But she was Luke and Laura's little girl, so it was almost a rite of passage. But this new Lulu? Annoying, and frankly, all I see is Babe from All My Children. Ugh, Alexa Havens is a great actress, but this version of Lulu is a joke. It's like the writers are trying to turn General Hospital into a spin-off of All My Children. Seriously, who's next? Haley and Mateo. We already got Jackson Montgomery, and don't get me started on the constant references to Enchantment and Erica Kane. Nostalgia is fine, but this feels like a cheap knockoff. Pay respect to the legacy, not this cheesy rehash of All My Children characters. Oh, and here's a thought. Maybe we could catch Drew in a lie about being Jason's alibi? Just check the surveillance footage. I'm pretty sure you'll catch him leaving his place. I'm so over Jason always being the scapegoat. It's about time Drew and Willow face the music. And seriously, Willow needs to find out about Drew's little fling with her mother, because that's going to be a fun conversation. Seriously, where is the chemistry between Liz and Lucky? Rick has more of a spark with her than Lucky does. Honestly, it's so obvious that Liz and Jason should just be together, especially now that Sam's gone. And honestly, lock the door and just go upstairs, Liz. Stop answering it every 5 seconds. Slick Rick? Yeah, he can take his sleaze act elsewhere. Leave Elizabeth alone, dude. Lucky's eye roll in all of this, priceless. Now that Charlotte's back in Port Charles, maybe Lulu will finally remember she also has a son. You know, the one she's sort of forgotten about. And Rick, good grief. He's so annoying with this whole Liz deserves better thing. Dude, take a seat. You're the last person giving relationship advice. Rick's been obsessed with Liz forever, and we all know it. He's basically the human equivalent of a bad penny, always turning up and never going away. Meanwhile, Liz and Lucky, they're what we wanted. G8, listen up. You've got to do whatever it takes to keep Rebecca and Jonathan on the show. Longtime fans like me are here for this storyline. This is the kind of drama we live for. Rick still loves Liz. Lucky loves her too. Oh, what a mess. It's the drama that's been missing, and honestly, I'm living for it. Can't wait for these two to finally have some alone time. No more interruptions. And I have to say, all 3 of these actors nailed it in that scene. I couldn't stop laughing. These 3 have so much history. As for Rick, just put him with Eva. That's about as much heat as they're going to get, mostly because they bond over their mutual dislike for Alexis. It's honestly hilarious. I swear, Rick's always been so unhealthily obsessed with Liz, I can't even. Let's just pray these two never get put back together. Ever. On another note, where's the love interest for Lucas? I think Marco might be Blaze's brother or something. Natalia and Sidwell's kid? Not totally sure, but one thing is clear, Marco is hot. Still, I'm not sure if we can trust him. But back to Liz and Lucky. GH, you've got to deliver more of this. We need more scenes of them being their amazing selves. I've been invested in this couple for 27 years, and the chemistry between these two is still off the charts. Jonathan and Becky have this effortless, comfortable vibe together. Seriously, I hope Jonathan sticks around for a long time because, let's face it, he's a total class act, and, let's be real, he's ridiculously handsome. Honestly, what's even the point of bringing Lulu back? She has absolutely no storyline. She's just bouncing around from one thing to the next, and now she's all up in Dante's business. Oh, and don't even get me started on her thinking spilling the beans about the kid will somehow bring them closer. Yeah, because that's totally how relationships work, right? Now, I can get on board with Liz and the original Lucky, Jonathan Jackson, because, let's be real, they were a great couple back in the day. But honestly, if it's not him, I would have been all in for Liason. I mean, come on, Liason fans have been waiting forever for that. And with Sam out of the picture, it could have actually been an option. But hey, I'll take either Lucky or Jason at this point. And then there's Elizabeth and Lucky trying to get a moment alone, so Lucky can, well, you know, get lucky. But of course, here comes Slick Rick to ruin it all. Typical Rick, taking every opportunity to take a cheap shot at Lucky because, you know, Lucky's with Elizabeth and not him. Rick is such a gem of a character. He's the kind of guy you love to hate and hate to love. Can't ever figure him out. Speaking of gems, Charlotte, the little demon child, is back. Let's see how Lulu handles that hot mess. Oh, and Carly and Brennan? I still think they could be a pretty fun couple, bring the excitement back. Meanwhile, Drew's starting to get on everyone's last nerve, and wouldn't it be just wild if he ended up being the one who gets offed? Willow's gonna lose it when she finds out Nina was having sexy time with Drew while he was busy spilling his heart to her. Or maybe this is where Nell swoops in for some revenge? Ah, yes, twins being twins. Oh, and Lucky Spencer and Elizabeth Baldwin, still the best couple, hands down. Fingers crossed they get remarried someday, because that would be nothing short of awesome. When was the last time we had a really good, suspenseful Friday cliffhanger? Honestly, I can't remember the last one. You know, the kind that made you lean forward, clutching your seat, thinking, OMG, this is insane. Back in the day, Fridays were the highlight of the week, the epic cliffhangers that made you count down the days. Now, not so much. It's been ages since we got anything that had that can't wait to see what happens next feeling. Oh, and don't even get me started on the whole schedule chaos. We got preempted in January for Carter's funeral, which, fun fact, totally messed up the whole Friday routine. I mean, are we even back to Friday episodes yet? Who knows? They shuffle things around so often that it's hard to tell if they'll ever manage to land on a regular schedule. And let's talk about those pesky preemptions. They're like surprise party guests, only nobody's happy about it. With all the random interruptions, it's impossible to plan anything major like holiday specials or, I don't know, actual cliffhangers. They almost had it all lined up, but then poof, President Carter dies. The inauguration takes over the airwaves for an entire day, and Valentine's Day gets pushed to the following week. Not that it really mattered, because last year, they just gave us a lead-up and then dropped it. Classic. Honestly, it seems like this is going to be the new normal. They'll try to plan something big, but timing is such a wild gamble now. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, that's just the way things go. Welcome to the age of cliffhangers that might never actually happen. Remember that little nugget about Dante and Cody when they were kids? The one Sam found on Dante's Juve record? Yeah, whatever happened to that storyline? It seems like it just disappeared into thin air. We were teased with some sort of big reveal, but instead, they pivoted to this weird retcon with BLQ, Cody, and Dante at summer camp. Apparently, BLQ got pregnant because of that unforgettable camp experience, I guess. It's like they realized halfway through that they had no idea where to go with the Dante or Cody story and decided to repackage the whole thing. So the camp drama was just handed over to the Dante, Brooklyn, and Gio storyline. Smooth move. But here's the kicker. Brooklyn never would have told Cody she was pregnant if they'd slept together, and there's no way Cody would have sat on that information for 20 years without confronting her. The dialogue makes it crystal clear that she only slept with Dante. So, yeah, that whole tangled mess of a plotline. Dropped, forgotten, and never to be spoken of again. Why doesn't Portia ever learn her lesson? Seriously, at this point, you have to wonder, has she learned anything? When she hid the truth about Trina's paternity, it was a betrayal so massive that it almost destroyed her marriage before it even started. Curtis had a hard time trusting her again, and the fallout from that was painful for everyone involved. And let's not forget, Portia's a doctor. If she's willing to falsify test results, she's diving headfirst into some serious ethical and legal mess. It's not just about her personal life. She could lose her medical license and face criminal charges. So again, why is she making everything worse? Wouldn't it be smarter to get ahead of the situation, come clean, and at least try to salvage whatever she can before Drew inevitably turns on her or someone else finds out? It's beyond frustrating, because Portia's not an idiot. She's accomplished, educated, and capable, but when it comes to Curtis, she has this uncanny ability to make the worst decisions. Her instinct to control the situation instead of being honest is her Achilles heel, and honestly, it's only a matter of time before it costs her everything. And don't even get me started on the soapy absurdity of it all. Okay, fine, the paternity test thing kind of makes sense. As wrong as it was, she kept that secret for so long that I guess I can see why it was hard for her to finally come clean. But this whole Drew blackmailing situation? No, there is absolutely no reason for her to keep this from Curtis. He already knows what she did with the test results. Telling him that Brad blackmailed her is a huge deal. Yeah, he'd be mad, but that was just about her. Drew's blackmail, though, now that's manipulating Curtis, which puts Portia in a mess for no reason. All she has to do is tell them the truth, and he could help her with Drew. Instead, she's digging herself into an even deeper hole. Sometimes, I swear the writers just want us yelling at the TV. The whole Alexis exoneration drama. Let me break it down for you. When she was cleared of the murder charge for Agent Jagger Cates and released from Pentonville, it was because, conveniently, the gun was found at the bottom of the water. And of course, nobody ever came forward to claim responsibility for it. Yeah, total mystery. Not that it was all that long ago, but you know, let's just say it's still a bit fresh in everyone's memory. Now Sidwell, mysteriously, has the same dagger that Alexis threw into the harbor years ago. What are the chances that somehow, someway, he, or someone he knows, might have been involved in the same mystery that freed Alexis in the first place? Maybe this is all part of his brilliant plan to get her in charge as trustee. Oh, and don't forget, maybe he's secretly testing her DNA to see if he's another one of Miko's love children. Because why not add that little detail to the mix? But wait, there's more. What if Sidwell's interest in Alexis isn't some sinister plot after all? What if revoking Eva's fortune, installing Ace, and giving Alexis some serious power is actually an act of love? The man could have gone to Eva to do some business, but no, he decided to mess with her life because, well, maybe he wanted to repay her in his own twisted way. Sure, that makes total sense. I'm totally into your theory, though. It really does humanize Sidwell, doesn't it? But here's the kicker. Sidwell wanted Alexis's fingerprints on that dagger. And sorry, it's not because he's interested in her DNA. The real mystery? Who is Sidwell going to frame Alexis for murdering? You know he's got a plan to pin something on her. And now we're left wondering, did Sidwell plant the dagger knowing he could manipulate her into touching it, leaving behind the evidence without her doing anything suspicious? Or is he just trying to frame her for a murder, and the stabbing is part of some elaborate scheme to get to her? Buying the Cassadine estate, fishing the dagger out of the harbor, bringing Alexis to Spoon Island to chat about Helena. It all feels like there's some Cassadine lurking behind the scenes, doesn't it? Here's the thing. Sidwell does seem to genuinely like her, even though they've barely interacted. So I'm really curious to see what they do with this. Let's just hope they don't drop this whole plotline halfway through. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.